Welcome back to Wainsider, where we unravel the most shocking, emotional, and unforgettable moments in the world of professional wrestling. Tonight, we dive deep into one of the most seismic shifts in the Anoa'i family legacy, the betrayal that shocked the entire WWE universe. For years, the Anoa'i family has been synonymous with power, unity, and dominance in the squared circle, but recently, cracks have begun to show. And now, with Jacob Fatu's shocking new partnership and the devastating betrayal by Solo Sikoa, everything is about to change. It all starts with a family built on blood and tradition. From the Samoan wrestling dynasty to the intimidating presence of Roman Reigns at the very top of the mountain, the Anoa'i family's influence stretches far beyond the ropes. Every member, from the Usos to Solo, has walked a path paved by their ancestors, their legacies forever intertwined. But as much as their bond is one of shared history and destiny, there's always a tension simmering beneath the surface. Power, it's a force that can bind or break the closest of bloodlines. In the heart of this legendary family, there is a constant balancing act between loyalty and ambition. The weight of expectations is heavy, and every move in the WWE universe is scrutinized. Jacob Fatu, while not always in the spotlight like his cousins, has always been an important part of this complex network. His immense talent has never been in question, and for years, fans have wondered when he would finally make his move. Please like, share and subscribe for more WWE content. For Solo Sikoa, the situation is no different. Coming into the WWE under the watchful eye of Roman Reigns, he carried the expectations of the entire Anoa'i lineage on his shoulders. His quick rise to prominence seemed to confirm his place in the bloodline. But with every victory, something darker began to fester. A certain level of resentment that maybe, just maybe, he deserved more. The support from his family was always there, but deep down, the need for individual recognition began to bubble to the surface. As Solo stood alongside Roman Reigns, his loyalty was never in question. However, a slow-burning fire began to ignite inside him. The pressure of living up to the family name, the weight of every title reign that preceded him, began to take its toll. It was subtle at first, a slight look of frustration here, a moment of silence there, but soon, it became undeniable. Jacob Fatu, on the other hand, was a man of few words. He had watched his cousins rise, watched them struggle, and watched them make mistakes. But he also understood the unspoken rules of their family. He knew that loyalty was everything, but ambition was just as dangerous. Over time, he began to see the cracks in the foundation. He knew that one day, something would break. Fast forward to SmackDown. Tensions had been building for months, with whispers backstage about the brewing discontent between Solo Sikoa and the rest of the bloodline. Jacob Fatu, ever the silent observer, had been quietly preparing for what seemed inevitable. The time had come for him to step out of the shadows and make his presence felt. But he could never have predicted how soon that moment would arrive, or how it would unfold. In one of the most electrifying episodes of SmackDown in recent memory, the betrayal we had all been waiting for finally happened. Solo Sikoa, the younger brother, the loyal cousin, turned on his own flesh and blood. The betrayal was swift, shocking, and left the WWE universe in a state of disbelief. The echoes of that one vicious attack reverberated throughout the entire WWE locker room. Solo's assault on Roman Reigns was brutal, unrelenting, and came without warning. It was as if everything that had been building up inside him over the years finally exploded. The silence between them spoke volumes, and the very fabric of the bloodline was ripped apart in an instant. The emotional weight of the moment was immense. Roman, who had been the cornerstone of their family's dominance, now lay vulnerable, and Solo Sikoa stood over him, a man free from the chains that had bound him for so long. The immediate aftermath was chaos, with the bloodline disintegrating right before our eyes. But as we processed the shock of the betrayal, something else became clear. Jacob Fatu was ready to seize his moment. He had been preparing for this, waiting for the right opportunity, and now that the bloodline was fractured, he was stepping in. But who would stand with him? Who could he trust in a family torn apart by ambition and betrayal? The answer came sooner than we expected. Jacob Fatu revealed a new partner, someone who had been in the shadows, quietly observing the downfall of the bloodline. The identity of this new ally sent shockwaves through the wrestling world. It was a name many had hoped would one day return, but never expected to see again: the Wild Samoan, Afa. The patriarch of the family, the man who had witnessed and shaped the rise of the Anoa dynasty, was back. The reunion of Jacob Fatu and Afa wasn't just a partnership, it was a statement. This was a call to arms, a declaration that the Anoa family wasn't going to fall apart just because of one betrayal. Blood was thicker than any title, and Jacob Fatu was determined to show the world that the strength of their legacy could not be undone by Solo's actions. In the weeks following the betrayal, backstage whispers began to swirl. Was this just the beginning of a larger shift in the family dynamics? Was Solo Sikoa's betrayal a catalyst for something even bigger? Some say this is the start of a new era for the Anoa family, one that will see Jacob Fatu rise to the top, with Afa guiding him every step of the way. Others believe that this could be the final chapter of the bloodline as we know it. Either way, the fallout from Solo's attack has set in motion a series of events that will leave a lasting impact on WWE history. For the family, this is not just a battle for titles, it's a battle for the soul of the Anoa legacy. The blood that runs through their veins connects them, but it also divides them. The question now is whether they can overcome the fractures that have torn them apart or if the wounds run too deep to heal. Betrayal is a powerful thing. It's not just about the physical act of attacking someone, it's about breaking trust, severing the emotional bond that had once been unbreakable. For Solo Sikoa, his actions speak volumes about his inner turmoil, his desire for independence, and his struggle to define himself outside of the shadow of Roman Reigns and the bloodline. But for Jacob Fatu, the betrayal was not just personal, it was a reminder of the harsh realities of family and ambition. As we reflect on this betrayal, it's clear that trust, once broken, is not easily mended. The Anoa family's foundation, once thought to be unshakable, is now in jeopardy. The road ahead is uncertain, but one thing is for sure: Jacob Fatu and Afa will stop at nothing to reclaim what was once theirs. The question remains, what will become of Solo Sikoa? Is his betrayal the beginning of a new path, or is he lost forever in the shadow of his actions? The family may never be the same again, but their legacy will continue to live on. Wrestling fans around the world are watching closely, waiting to see what comes next. Will Jacob Fatu lead the Anoa family into a new era, or will the echoes of betrayal and broken trust define their future? In the end, this is not just a story about wrestling, it's a story about family, loyalty, and the ultimate price of betrayal. The blood that binds them may also be the thing that pulls them apart. The fallout from Solo Sikoa's actions will resonate through WWE for years to come, and the true cost of this betrayal may never be fully understood. For now, we watch, we wait, and we remember that in the world of professional wrestling, anything can happen, especially when blood is involved.